Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports preview of Manchester City versus Everton taking place in the Premier League this coming weekend. It's a nice one to enjoy your dinner to on the Saturday night.
My two least favourite teams.
It's a Saturday night for fighting between Everton and Manchester City. City looking to get themselves back to the top of the Premier League table before Liverpool play against Manchester United on the Sunday, whereas Everton looking to try and find a way back into that top six kind of contention and not too far away. And certainly if they were to be able to get a result against Watford, then they might be ever so closer. Now, we're recording this before the Everton versus Watford game takes place, so we don't know the result of that one, but we're expecting Everton to probably potentially come out on top on that one, do you think? So we're going to say that they're going to come into this game in a decent kind of form, and they've kind of been shaky, so they need this kind of win against Watford if they were to get it. 1-1 draw against Newcastle at the weekend wasn't really particularly good for them, and with players like Richarlison and Sigurdsson on the team who have got 7 and 6 goals respectively in the league so far this season, you would expect Everton to be performing better than what they are, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think they've been a bit inconsistent this season. Obviously, they got the new manager in Marco Silva. I think he's trying to implement a pressing style of football. Obviously, they had Sam Allardyce in charge last season, or Big Sam Allardyce. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the genius who saved them from relegation.
As the Italians call him.
Yeah.
Allardyce.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think he's still in the process of deciding who he likes and who he doesn't like at this moment. Obviously, Morgan Schneiderlin hasn't had a look in this season at all. Obviously, they've made a few good signings this season. Andre Gomez on loan from Barcelona, he's looked okay. I thought he played okay in the derby. I thought he was one of Everton's better players. Mm-hmm. They bought Yerry Mina in from Barcelona for a lot of money, £27.5 million they brought him in. He's done okay. I think he's still settling in. Obviously, Richarlison's been the big money buy, $50 million for basically half a season, because he was great up until the rumours of Marco Silva leaving, and then he got sacked, and then after that I think he contributed to 1 goal until the end of the season. So yeah, it's a transition phase for Everton. Hopefully then in some future they want to be competing for the top 4, but the gap between the top 6 and everyone else below is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. And Everton are going to have to spend more money to get there, or conduct better business in the transfer market.
Yeah, that is definitely true. And one player that's been particularly shining for Everton so far this season, kind of gone underneath the radar a little bit in my opinion, is Michael Keane. He did arrive last summer, and then potentially, he didn't really have the best of first season at the football club, but now he's kind of stepped up a little bit, and he's produced some solid defensive performances when he's been on the field. Is he someone that should be appreciated a little bit more, do you think?
Yeah, I think he struggled, obviously coming from Burnley. He looked good in the Burnley side, which was defending deep, so he wasn't really exposed a lot. But obviously when he came in under Ronald Koeman, Everton tried to play an expansive brand of football, and I think he got exposed because Everton was so wide open at the back, so it made him look worse than he actually is. Yeah. But I think he's been key. I think he's a good defender. I think if he carries on this progression, I think he might force his way back into the England squad in the near future. But yeah, I reckon he'll be Everton's mainstay in defence for years to come.
Certainly could be. And now let's talk about the hosts, Manchester City. This game is, of course, taking place at the Etihad. They lost 2-0 at Chelsea last weekend. Disappointing result for them, as it saw them slide down the table to second, now behind Liverpool. So this is a very important game for them to try and win. And with that in hand as well, Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne are expected to return to this game. Now, they could still be out, but there is an expectation that they are going to be back for this one. How important are those two players for Manchester City this season, really, to try and retain the Premier League title?
I think when De Bruyne was out, City fans were worried, but they were relaxed, because I think Pep was turning in Bernardo Silva into that more deeper role than he was in his first season. But I think Aguero has been the bigger miss for me than De Bruyne, because especially in the Chelsea game, they lacked that clinical finishing up front. I don't think Sterling as a false 9 really worked because I think Sterling's better off the wing. But with De Bruyne expecting to come back, I reckon that's going to be a massive boost for City.
Yeah, and certainly Sterling as well, as you mentioned, might be playing better off the wing. But, he's still producing in that sense, 8 goals in the league so far. But certainly he feels like a bit more of a complementary piece to Aguero, do you think? He works better that way, don't you reckon?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Like, he works better off Aguero, like on the right. So it's like if Aguero gets a shot saved and Sterling's there just to mop it up in the back of the net. I don't think Sterling's that great with his back to goal. Yeah, like Aguero is.
Now, this is going to be very difficult for you, Luke, because I know you're a Liverpool fan, and I know it might hurt to say that Manchester City are going to win, and therefore Liverpool need a win at the weekend as well to get themselves back to the top of the Premier League table. But what do you think the scoreline is going to be in this game?
I want to say a draw, because a draw would suit me fine.
But then you're going to say Everton are going to pick up points.
Well,
whoever wins, you lose.
Yeah. I do expect City to have just too much for Everton.
Yeah.
I think Everton is still a work in progress under Marco Silva, so I expect it to be 3-1.
I think if this game was at Goodison, I think Everton would have a good shout.
Yeah.
But because it's at the Etihad, I think City should be able to see it through and get all 3 points from this fixture and get themselves back into winning ways after that disappointing 2-0 loss, at Chelsea last weekend. So I think it's going to be, it's going to be probably potentially even more than that. I think it might be 4-1 on this occasion, especially if Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne return to the frame too. So it could get out of hand.
It just depends how many goals Pickford wants to fumble in.
Yeah. There you go. I knew you'd get a Liverpool snarky comment in there at the end. Right, let us know your own predictions for the game itself in the comment section below this video. Don't forget to like it, subscribe for more Let's Talk Sport content. See you all very soon.